And here now is former Minnesota Congresswoman and Dean of Regent University's Robertson School of Government, Michele Bachmann. Congresswoman, welcome. Wonderful to have you with us this evening. So nearly 8 in 10 Americans agree the U.S. is in a political crisis. I'd just like to start by getting your reaction to these numbers.
Well, thank you for having me on this evening. The poll rings absolutely true. The world just saw a young, vibrant man who loves God and who loves free speech assassinated in cold blood on live TV. That shook up not only America, it shook up the world. People were shocked to see that some unhinged lunatic from the left would actually take the life of an individual who's trying to promote free speech rights on college campuses of all places. And so this is a huge problem, and it makes sense that people are very nervous. They're shocked, they're stunned at what they saw. But here's the problem. We also know that just this week, the head of Google admitted that they had pressure from the Democrat Biden administration to suppress speech, political speech, free speech. And so the federal government, the US government under the Biden administration, pressured both Google, Facebook, Twitter before they became X to shut down people's speech. That happened from 2020, but it also happened during the COVID years. This is shocking. We hadn't seen this before. And these big companies, the big tech companies, should be punished for doing this, because we all know the First Amendment says that the federal government has no power to censor speech, but the federal government doesn't have the power to collude with big tech to shut down our speech either. So this is a tremendous problem. And now we're seeing the outbreak of political violence.
Yeah.
In particular, we're seeing that on the part of the left side of the political spectrum. And so people are nervous about this, and we've got to address this. And so we have to have a complete denunciation of violence. But there's a huge cohort of people now who think it's acceptable to use violence against people they disagree with on speech. We've never seen this before.
Yeah.
It's fundamentally wrong. It's a crime. And so we have to have intervention.
Yeah, that struck me in the poll. Only 71% see political violence as a serious problem. We just have about a minute left, Congresswoman, but how do we right this ship? How do we turn things around?
Well, it's clear to me that God gave us speech, and he gave us our nation. And so as we're seeing people now in a time of revival turning back to God, we've got to turn to him. We have to turn to the Bible. And we have a great founding document in the Declaration of Independence and in the Constitution. And as long as we stand on that biblical mission statement of our nation and then work through our political process as the Constitution states, we'll be fine. But again, we have to have self-control as a people and respect one another's viewpoints, no matter which side we're on.
Yeah. All right. Former Minnesota Congresswoman and Dean of Regent University's Robertson School of Government, Michele Bachmann, thank you very much.